Alright guys, we're back with the Motocross Chasing the Dream by LCQ Studios. This game got a secret update, a pretty major secret update. And as you can see, we are trying out a new compound. Now, it is a work in progress, but there was like 3 different maps added into the game. Again, it's only on PC, so you'd have to have PC to try it, but this compound is super sick. It's similar to the first one, but I wouldn't say it's better or worse. It's just a bit different. So we ride around on the motocross track for a while. The motocross track is probably the best part about it, but it also has a kind of a freestyle slash step up area built into the track, and I'm gonna show it to you here. We jump over it right there. You could see in between that big double was the corner. It's like a straight with the corner, and then you head back the other way, which is where there's a big double and then the step up. It's really cool. It's actually really cool. I show you that kind of at the end. And the other 2 tracks were very much a work in progress. This track was more finished, like it was rideable, but the other 2 tracks were just solid white. They didn't have any, like, I don't know what you would call it really, any like detail to it. It was very difficult to play. I do show you the straight rhythm. One of the tracks was there was 2 straight rhythm sections on it, but there was a Supercross track too, but it was really tough to ride it because when I would turn the corner, it was just hard to have like depth perception, I guess. It was really weird, you'll see, but yeah, really cool. There was also a handful of other updates, really tiny ones. One of them was to add, you know, we kind of commented that, or I commented that I wanted to be able to shift the bike a bit differently and not have it be Y and B, I believe. So I changed it to A and X, I think. So you can rebind the keys for shifting. I think he may, or they may have adjusted on the physics a little bit. I know he adjusted on the clutch and the turning. I don't really know if they adjusted on the air physics. I don't remember, because like I said, there was a few, all coming within like the last week. So LCQ Studios is being pretty aggressive at adding stuff and changing the game, which is great. It just shows you that they're very determined to make the game good and make it in a way that the player base enjoys it. But this compound is awesome. I don't know if I mentioned it, but in my opinion, it's just as good in its own way as the first one. The motocross track is super sick, super flowy. I think we're actually getting pretty good at the game. We're not like super great or whatever, but I feel like we're pretty decent. Just getting around tracks. I think we're getting better at throwing the whips. I mentioned it in one of the other videos that the whips and the air physics are, at first it's kind of like, maybe I don't know how much I enjoy them, but then after I play it for a while, it's like, oh, they're actually pretty sick. You just have to get used to it. I love the way the whips are in the game. How you can turn down whip, we did a video on that. How you can just throw regular whips, and it does feel a bit floaty, but I like the way it is based off of how the whips are. So if you adjust the in-air physics, the whips will probably have to be adjusted as well because they are slower whips, right? So that is pretty cool. One part of the game I still am having a bit of trouble with is probably the turning. The ground physics are just a bit different. And for the most part, we're fine, and it usually just takes me a bit to get used to it again, but I'm not saying he needs to change them. I don't really know what I would want him to do, but they're fine. It's just it's taking me a bit to get used to it. Now, he also did, I mentioned the clutch. He did, I think he took some of the boost off of that clutch. I'm not 100% sure. The patch notes are on Steam if you're curious, but that was one thing. And then some of the other stuff they did, I don't remember. There was one more thing, I hope it comes to me, that I wanted to mention. I just can't think of it. I can't think of it. But we do show you most of the tracks, most of them. The only one I don't show you is the Supercross track, but the motocross track was awesome. The step up, I'm gonna kind of talk about it now because it's at the end of the video. The step-up bar is really sick because I was hitting it. It took me a while to get it figured out, but after we did, we were clearing it, no problem. It is a very steep jump, so your momentum is like vertical, and you do get a bounce once in a while. But the cool thing was, after I did the video, I was still hitting it. I was playing the game for a bit more, and the bar actually has a physics. I thought it was just invisible. Like, I thought a few times we might have jumped through it, but we didn't. I was jumping under it, I was jumping over it. I actually did hit it in first person, and the bar went in between the front fender and the wheel, and we clipped it and sent the bar flying, and then it doesn't reset, so we didn't have a bar. You'd have to probably go in and leave the map and then jump back in, and it would probably be fine. But this is the Supercross track. The Supercross track is fun. It's a bit more, I wouldn't say, it's a bit more traditional. I mean, it still isn't like super traditional, but more traditional than the first Supercross track we had. I do think I preferred the first Supercross style track a bit more. This track was fun. Oh yeah, now I remember. Okay, so one thing they did change on, you lost a bunch of your momentum in the whoops, or if you cased, they did adjust on that. It still isn't perfect, but it's better. Before you hit a whoop section, by the time you got to the end of it, you were like not even really moving. Now you can get through it, but you still lose a bunch of momentum. I mean, you should lose some probably, but it's I don't know how to explain it, but it is better. So that was one thing they did do a fix to, and it is significantly better than it was. But the Supercross track, it's fun, but I find myself, there's sometimes, and you'll see it a bit more in straight rhythm, sometimes I feel like the rhythm sections, and that's just the track, this is mostly about, what they're concerned about is making sure they have good ground physics, air physics, and it's at a place that people are happy with. So that's their main concern, but there are a few jumps. I feel like the rhythm sections could be spread out a bit. I feel like the gap when you land in it is maybe a bit too small. Not so much, I guess, on this track. I was just kind of mentioning it. This track, it's more due to whether you're over jumping or under jumping, and the track is built in a way very much where you do have to have some throttle control. You can't just, I mean, yeah, you can full send and stuff, but it's easy to over jump or under jump, so you have to be a bit careful. This is the freestyle stuff, I wouldn't say freestyle stuff, but you know, it's not really a track. So you have a huge double you hit here, hit it pretty wide open, throw a big fat whip over it, and then you have the step up bar. And that bar, again, it has physics. It's really cool. We do get a bounce. Again, it is very vertical, so you go up, you know, not out. That's the way it should be with the step up. But that's super cool. It's really cool. It's just a small detail they added to it. I said already, they built it into the motocross track here, how you jump over that corner with the big double. And we hit this a few times, and it isn't that tough to hit it. But you have to kind of be able to whip and turn the bike in a way that you don't hit the bar. I'm not sure if you just hit it straight on. I'm not sure if you would hit the bar or not. I would assume you would, because we got pretty close. I mean, we're going plenty high over it, but I think your front wheel may clip it if you didn't turn the bike. We'll have to see on this. This is my last run on it, but I feel like you have to turn the bike. Yeah, it'd be really close, but yeah, it does have physics. That's probably the coolest thing, like a secret that they added to it. And then this is the straight rhythm track. This is what I was talking about, how it's not really finished at all. None of this stuff is finished. It's a work in progress, but you get an inside early look at what's to come. And the straight rhythm is fun. The Supercross track was really fun too, but it was very, very difficult. Very difficult. Plus, it didn't help that it was just hard to gauge the tracks and the corners and how to hit it. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you guys think. Have you played the game? If you haven't and you have PC, go try it out. It's awesome. I've seen the reviews so far. People are pleasantly happy with the game. I can't wait to see where it goes in the future. LCQ Studios, Michael Hodge, you're doing awesome. I support you 100%. and really looking forward to seeing this game progress. But you guys and girls are absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for the support on the channel lately. It really does mean a lot. And until the next video, take it easy.